happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
OH Ramsey!
Yo, this is your boy Kes,
And this is Christopher.
and welcome to our new show.
OH Ramsey!
Join us Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. for the show. Yo, yo, yo.
Everyone, what's up, everybody?
Good night, good night.
Welcome to the OH Ramsey Show. Once again, thank you for having us in your living room, in your house, on your phone. Thank you for inviting us into your...
And also
place
thank you so
again.
much for tuning in week after week. This is episode what, Kes?
This is 19, you know?
Episode
Episode
19.
19, yeah. We appreciate
And so
all
we're
the
very
love.
grateful everybody who comes on every week and tunes in to listen to us talk for
Yeah.
an hour, sometimes 2 hours and a half.
Yeah, boy. Yeah,
Right,
boy.
so Kes, what's the word, boy? How was the week treated you, boy?
This week I have been at home, you know. Much like a lot of people who actually trying to stay at home as much as possible. I am one of those few that just get out of the house probably once for the week and take a drive and go back home. I'd really be outside now, boy.
Well, this week, the only change in this week is that
We were
People-
forced to stay home on Tuesday. Was the holiday Tuesday?
Forced to
or
stay
Monday?
home?
Monday.
No, listen, I don't know if people know, I have been at home for over a year. I comfortable here.
Same.
Right?
Same.
I am comfortable, right? I don't know. There are a lot of people who itching to get outside and things like. When I have to go outside,
Yeah.
and this is most times it's just to either go to the grocery or the shop, maybe to go throw out garbage. I have one. I'm double masking
Yeah.
to go outside. I am not playing at all because to me, the more we can contribute for things to go back to normal, the more we could work towards that. I feel like all of us should do everything that we can
Yeah, just stay home.
to make that happen.
Just stay
Trinidad and
home.
Tobago is under a state of emergency, and we still have to tell people to stay home. But before we get into it, guess tonight we are talking to somebody who has been a father to me all my life. My pastor. He's a doctor, psychologist, and he is also a author. He's been pastoring for how long?
31 years, you know. I'm 30. The church is 1 year older than me.
Right.
Right. So
So
that's
we're gonna-
always the maths in my head. Whatever age I
Right,
am,
just
the
1
church
year
is-
older than
the
you.
church is a year older than me. So yeah.
Right. And of course, his work in the ministry extends far beyond that and even before that.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a pleasure and a privilege to have on the show tonight on the OH Ramsey Show, Dr. Stephen Mendoza, who's here with us tonight.
Welcome to you, sir.
Well, so glad to be here tonight. As I said, my two sons.
That is what we're
Yes,
talking
sir.
about.
As normally say big up yourself and thing, but I change how we're talking tonight. Only
Gotta have a little more respect tonight.
have a little order, a little quorum tonight.
There's
Pass.
no treatment like no old man here, like you feel as well. I don't know thing.
No, not at all. All right, so Pass, thank you very much again for being here with us tonight. Welcome to the OH Ramsey podcast. All right, and we're going to be picking your brain a little bit through the hot topics, and then when we get into the main topic as well. All right, so Kessler,
Let's go.
Let's get
Hot
into it now.
topics.
Let's get into it.
Hot topics, hot topics, hot topics, ready for the team.
OH Ramsey!
Ah, boy.
So
Okay. So yet another week in beautiful Trinidad and Tobago.
yes.
And Trinidad and Tobago is under a state of emergency. Yes, by chance you have the picture?
Which picture, Kieran?
The Panamanian picture. Right?
Oh, I have it, you know, but I'll have to find it just now.
Pull up the Panamanian picture, right? I posted on Facebook concerning the ill treatment of the citizens.
No, you was very concerned, and then
I was
you
upset.
end up
I was
being
upset. I wasn't wrong. No. I don't think I was wrong.
I don't think you were
think-
wrong, but the pick wasn't what you were talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. So let me explain for people who don't know, and Kes will get the picture after a while, right?
Yeah.
There was this picture circulating on social media with about 25 people face down on what appeared to be a very wet street roadway, in handcuffs, some wearing masks, some not wearing masks, and somebody shared it attached to the story about Tuesday there was a party in Valsane,
Yeah.
where I think it was 30-something people were arrested. 20-something, or 36 or 26.
In 26, yeah.
Right. Too many people.
That's
Right?
correct. Yeah, there were more than 2.
Right? Way too many people.
2 plus many.
Great. We're at this party. And because I mean, you know, I always come on here complaining about the way sometimes the TTPS treats civilians.
Yeah.
I always come on here and I talk about that. And I saw the picture, and honestly, my emotions got the better of me.
You get vexed.
I was upset.
It was
I
rotted.
upset.
Yes.
Was perturbed. I wrote a Facebook status talking about the situation. I said yes, they broke the ordinance, the national health ordinance.
Yeah.
They should be punished according to the law. Whatever the fine is, whatever the jail time is, whatever it is, that's what should be meted out to them.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that if you arrest somebody, you should have them face down on the ground in a puddle of water.
Yeah,
Alright?
these are still human beings. You just had them.
Wait,
There's
I'm
not
still-
tadpole. Why you had them
No,
on the
I'm
ground in the water,
Why,
man?
Why? I do something stupid. Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
So you felt
I
like
do
there was
something
an
all the time.
abuse of power.
Yeah, right. However, did you get the picture, guys?
Like you and all the pic off your profile, Kieran.
No. Yes, I deleted the
Yeah,
post
like everybody
because
deleted the
because it was
post.
missing. Well, it ended up being misinformation, right? Because the picture was from Panama.
Yes.
Apparently, the picture in question was not even Trinidad. So I decided to wait until the OH Ramsey Show to talk about it and to address it.
Yeah.
Because to me it didn't make any sense to talk about it 2 times. So yes, guys, I posted in haste, and I apologize for not doing my due diligence.
So you
Yeah.
Kieran, you did, Kieran, what a lot of media houses have been doing in Trinidad for the past few years.
I pulled the story.
Because
Alright?
some of these media houses just posting things that get offer anywhere. They just, hear a story here and there, and they're posting it. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
boy.
talking about.
Yeah, boy. But
Journalism.
Some of these journalists,
huh.
questionable.
Questionable is an understatement, right? We're talking about what were we talking about just the other day? Because there was a report that it slipped my mind right now, but we had ended up talking about the incident with the fire with Colette.
Yeah. I'm telling you, word for word, I remember what Khaled said, and almost everything that they reported was incorrect.
Was incorrect. All right, but again, Trinidad and Tobago is under a state of emergency. Tomorrow, the curfew, well, the 3 hours, I should say, run from 5 a.m. till 10 a.m. And then you better find yourself inside. Pastor, Tuesday, when 10 o'clock came around, someone put on their it's Monday. Monday when 10 o'clock came around, somebody put on their the stereo. And you ever see the movie Purge?
I'm not too sure. I don't think so.
Right. So in the Purge, the concept of the Purge is this one day for the year. There's no crime all year, but this one day for the year, you could do anything you want. Anybody you have a
Anything.
grudge with, you could go and take them out. It's a free for all.
Real chaos.
Right. So on the Purge now, when the Purge is about to begin, there's this siren that comes on. Somebody has been playing the Purge siren. As soon as curfew call, they have this thing on stereo blasting through the entire place. Right? So this is what we have to deal with over here in Mbakade.
Yeah,
All right.
Well, I am sure there are some people who just waiting for 9:55.
Yeah.
9:55, fellas. We could make a 15-minute run in 5 minutes.
What about the guys who got lost on Wales, guess in the bush?
Are they here? now?
We went to that.
You hear the siren?
That is siren? Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, there's the siren people playing.
Yeah, boy.
And,
So,
I,
guys,
and
make
I saw
sure-
videos of police playing it too.
Yeah, from yeah. Yes.
Police playing it
Yes.
too. But yeah,
Yes, guys. But we on there, so tomorrow make sure and get what you have to get done before 9:30.
why you
So you
want
can
to go
get
out still?
inside.
Why you want to go out still? Stay home.
You had
Listen,
today.
You had
do
today
that.
to get what you needed to
Correct.
get. Why you
Correct.
want to leave the house still?
Okay, so gosh, if gas finish in the morning, let me say you're making a little doubles.
Fine.
You're trying your hand at the
Fine,
at the
fine.
Wendy Williams
No.
recipe.
Wendy Williams?
It's not Wendy Williams, it's Wendy Rahamat.
Not
Oh,
Wendy
yes.
Williams.
He's entirely there.
Yeah. come on, Kieran.
Yeah, so you
I want to talk about confusion. So
You
what?
understand?
True. But the looks at the roti and the doubles that Wendy Rahamat present pasta, that an all little confusing, eh?
That
So they might
very
be in the same
confusing.
line of work. Right? But so guys, make sure you have everything that you need before 10 o'clock in the morning. Please.
Yeah, Kieran, so the
Well,
fellas,
it's-
Was it too late? Was it time now? Or 8:15? I'd have a little time
Yeah.
before tonight.
people chancing it, people risking it. I ain't taking no risks.
Risking it all for butter bread.
A butter bread and a sweet drink. No.
No, just as you all would have said, I relaxing myself home. You know,
Yeah.
we are going. Just
And
to
for
just
what?
to go to good to say good on you.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. So let's move on to the next thing.
The guys that got stuck in the forest.
Yeah, boy. Waze
No.
has
No.
let us
Let
done
us
again.
be clear.
Yes.
It was not Waze that they used. And there was a post on Facebook by Waze.
By Waze, clear
yes,
in the air.
clearing that and the two gentlemen commented on the post saying that yes, there was some misinformation, that they
Right.
used Google Maps.
Google. So while you're going on a hike using Google Maps.
No, they didn't go on a hike, Kieran. They were
When
they
they went?
were drop it. They have an online business and they were doing deliveries.
Right.
So they went to Saparia and then they were heading to Mayaro. And there is a dirt road,
Yes.
a dirt road that you could pass if you have a 4x4
A
vehicle. You know?
Right.
So them fellas, them going through there with the Lancer and get stick
Yes.
up in mud. Right? And deep in the woods, they were missing for however long.
Oh yeah. No cell service. Nothing.
You understand? And no cell service. And these fellas and them had to walk out from the bush. They spend the night in the car there, trying to push out the car they couldn't get through. And they had to walk out eventually and get in contact with the police or whatever. And then they had to go
Yes, you can.
to out
You can
the car.
imagine that. You can imagine that conversation because I could picture me and you going to make a delivery, right? Let me say I is the hard-headed one. I say, nah, boy, we could pass right there. 20 minutes and we, 20 minutes and we in Mayaro. And you saying,
You
Kieran,
must
better we
not
pass
be able
around.
to-
What?
Kieran,
Especially if it's the first time you're going somewhere. Why you going in a dirt road? Something
Bro.
has to be a-
Come on.
when you see the road start to get muddy and bank and it's
Yeah.
bro,
Right, no
hit-
box drain.
hit
No box drain in
reverse.
sight.
Hit reverse, brother. And you know Kieran is the one. Nah, Castle, let we go. No.
Right there, right there.
And you know what's the thing? When on the post with Waze, they showed the two screenshots of the apps,
Yeah,
right?
the routes.
And they were saving, I think, 15 minutes
Wow. Going through the...
going through the rough road. Bro.
Well, boy,
Make the wrongs,
I was
please.
uninstalling Google Maps.
No, but
I
I and all have had problems with both apps. Sometimes you send somebody a location, and you send them the location for by you, and them telling you, bro, where you send me by?
Quite up the road.
Yeah, I sent somebody a location, and they sending me pictures of where the location send them. They were down. So we in Laramie here, they were down by the lagoon. They were down here. They
mean-
down by the
Paria Suites?
by Paria Suites. That's where the location send them. I like, but how
By
this,
TJ's?
how they send you there?
Yeah. Came to mind when I send people, there's a parallel street by me, and somehow what happened in these map designs,
Yeah.
sometimes they have a road reserve.
Right.
The
Okay.
people develop the road.
Right.
So it's a road reserve. But when it went in town and country, they're registered already. So Google picking up these things as, from these
Yeah.
official sites that they pick up,
Yeah.
Yes.
So by me now, they say, hey, I reach right in front of a house. I say, I know which house you're in front of, and everything is a greenhouse here.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not by me.
A road reserve.
Wow.
So back at your house and all kind of thing, and the clothes what they carry.
Yeah.
But I can't Google Maps, Kieran. I just started training a word for Google Maps. I actually take off Waze from my phone
To use Google Maps. No, but I don't use Waze either. It's mostly Google Maps I use.
And you just
Right,
like
but-
Google Maps?
But I don't know if I was in that traumatic experience
Understand.
in the bush in Siparia.
No,
if
no,
I
no,
would
no,
if
no.
it would stay on.
That was a judgment call, boy. That
Yeah,
was
100%.
yeah and looking right.
I mean, okay, 5 minutes into the drive. Right?
And his mud road.
Oh, come
Oh.
on, man. Come
Yeah,
on,
turn
come
back,
on.
change your mind,
Well, they are blessed guys. They were lucky no hunters was there for the night.
You understand?
Wow, yeah. True.
You understand? They're
True.
lucky.
All right, so before we close off hot topics and we get into the main thing, there's this final thing that we have to talk about. There's this guy, his name is Sion Farai. What is his name again?
Unimportant.
Sion Faria. Right, Pastor, so this young man. Guess you I don't want to misquote the guy.
I can read it. I can read it word for word.
You have it?
Yeah, I have it in front of me.
So
yeah.
guess you go ahead and read the status.
It's Sion Faria, I believe.
Right, yeah,
know?
Faria.
So this is his status, and it was pointed towards single ladies. All right. And I quote, "I don't mean to be a little boy about this, little boy in inverted commas,
Thomas.
about this, but it must be said to all these baby mamas who just be all up in my inbox, understand something."
Just now, pause. Stick up in it. Who messaging you, Sion?
Yeah, you don't know. You
Sion.
don't know, Kieran, if the man is the Dan Dada, you don't know.
Sion,
You don't
Sion,
know.
I feel like you're flying your flag higher than the pole.
Kieran, you
But
don't
go ahead.
know. You don't
Go
know.
ahead.
You don't know.
You're
Let me
right.
do judge.
You're right.
You don't know.
You're right. Go ahead.
You are coming to me with a handicap, not an
With a handicap.
advantage or a blessing, as some of you like to call them. So
Wow.
So the blessing is the children he's talking
Of course,
about.
the children, right? Yeah.
As some of you may like to call them. You will never be as valuable to me as a single
Never?
lady.
Never in all caps, eh?
Never.
Never.
You will
never. Never.
be as valuable to me as a single lady without a kid.
Right.
Probably in a few years, my opinion will change, but as of now, just ease me up. When they want to be making all these demands and stipulations that, by the way, single, childless ladies don't even make. Once again, I am sorry for coming across as an arrogant donkey
Right.
or little boy,
Sometimes.
but I understand that you're coming to me. But you as a woman understand that you're coming to me as a beggar, not a chooser. End.
Now there's this app called Clubhouse, right? And for people who are familiar with Clubhouse, when you go into one of the rooms, right, on the app, there's this first section where you are a listener, and there's another section where you are a speaker. Not everybody is to talk.
And you know what? If you have an opinion on something, and this was my thing from the beginning, right? If you have an opinion on something, bro, you could keep that opinion to yourself.
Yeah, you could.
You could set your heart on things and leave it there. Or figure out the best way to say something
Yeah, but
before
see,
you
he
put yourself
no.
out there like that.
Well, I don't understand. Sion does not care. I saw a lot of the back and forth.
Yeah, I feel you do it just for
Online.
rounds. Yeah, I feel you
And
do it just for the
Sion
attention.
does not care about all of that. What Sion is saying, if you have a child, I am not interested, right? My issue with Sion is no matter whether you believe a woman is dateable for you or not, that shouldn't devalue her.
It doesn't.
Of course,
As a
of
matter of
course,
fact, by calling them a beggar, I find that as well harsh.
100%.
I find that as well harsh because I doubt a woman that just come and lift up she baby before you and say you could take whatever.
Take it, please.
Nah,
I mean,
come
you know,
nah, come
most
nah.
of the
So
time,
this-
these ladies who would have had children before are very cautious with the second relationship.
extremely
Extremely
cautious.
Right.
cautious.
So I
Because
doubt
they don't want to make the same mistake again.
Exactly. So I doubt they're just rushing in when they're seeing red.
So that's why I was saying in the beginning, Pastor, who in your inbox, Sian?
Well, it can be one person, you're just so glad one person hit you and it's all of a sudden.
All of this could be from one message.
famous.
All of this
True.
could be from one message.
Well, it sounded like to me from one message because if you listen, first he say all and then he almost you read through it well,
Yeah.
almost coming down from one message because I doubt he's so special that he have a line waiting for him. And as soon as who in the line? Only people with children. Face this boy,
Yeah. You can imagine. You can, but listen, Sian. Maybe Sian's inbox is flooded with these. Sian is going through his inbox. Oh my God, baby mother 1, baby mother 2, and he's just going down the line. We don't know. All right. So Sian, you go ahead, brother. If you decide you want to determine, because some people are defending him and saying he deserved to have his preference.
And of course, you deserve to have your
No,
preference.
that is not the issue here. Is that the issue?
That's not the issue at all.
No, that's not the issue at all.
The
The issue
that
for
he
me
was
is not at all.
condescending.
Correct.
The issue is that he was condescending.
Yes.
The issue is that he didn't bring into regard why this lady is single. So
Right.
he's trying to make it look as though she just went and had a good time and get a child.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand? People become single for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah,
You
correct.
know, there are some fellas who just lousy and she would have trusted him and everything like that. And the boy does it, as you say.
Yep.
You
Correct.
know? So,
There's untimely death.
Also.
it doesn't time like
Yeah.
that. Exactly. There's a lot of reasons why a person could be single. So
True.
well, he said he don't want to be a little boy. So I mean, not wanting to be.
And you
and-
know, and he did say maybe in a few years. You know.
And so the thing about it, it can be maybe in a few years because the question is if it will be the date, not smart. Well, next 5 years is not smart idea.
Yeah.
Correct.
Unless he's agreeing, I am not smart now, and in
Yeah.
5 years time will be smarter. Well, he probably saying that, you know.
Which in any case we should disregard his opinion if you're saying you're not smart now, right?
It's something he's saying about between now and he get older. Normally they say wisdom come with age, so
Yeah.
he probably is saying something, and his statement is revealing it.
True. Yeah.
Sian. Do better, Sian.
All right. I think that is it for the hot topics this week, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's look again into it. We already
Sian,
been
let me
for half
just
an hour.
say, Sian, bro. You could potentially be missing out on your blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, to have some single ladies out here.
You know,
will
Sian
elevate your
have an
life.
interview tonight.
Yeah, he has an
Sian have a big
interview at
interview
10
tonight.
tonight. Yeah. Yeah.
Why are they giving?
Well, and also there's no guarantee that he himself will have children.
True.
Correct.
So
Correct.
he may just get a very single lady with no child, and he cannot sire.
You understand? And then of course there's the reality where we live in 2021, right? Everybody's under quarantine. There's the chances of meeting people are much lower now than they were before, and they weren't any great odds before in the first place, right? So it could mean in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years time, Sian could still be single, out here looking for somebody single, and he could be in his 50s by that time still looking for somebody single. Let him continue, you know. Hopefully as he continues to live, he will learn a little bit.
All right. So let's get into the main topic. We'll ask the question, of course. At first, we'll ask the question, get our main thoughts out, and then we'll open the phone lines. If anybody wanna call in, they can. And you know, if you guys have your questions, you can send them on the Facebook page
Send them
as
to
well.
the
all right?
WhatsApp
Send them to the
and on the
WhatsApp
Facebook
and the
page.
Facebook
725-0707. You can reach us on WhatsApp and you can call us on the landline as well.
page. Yes.
All right, so Kes, let's go.
Let's go with the main topic. O Ramsey.
Oh, Ramsey!
All right, so this week we are asking, has the lockdown impacted your relationship in a stressful way? You're pulling out your head, you don't know what to do. Usually you could, you know, if you and your wife, you have a little fallout, you could take a little drive. You know?
Take a walk.
You could take a walk, you know, drink
check
a
a
juice,
brethren.
check a partner, and then come back home. But these things are no more at this time. And, you know, you have to stay. You have to be at home. And why if you're going away too early home from work, it's not like you get a little breather on work, you can cool your head. Nothing, too early home. So
on another face.
it's like you vex and you turn again and you're still here, girl.
Yeah. You vex, you turn to the left, you see the vex station.
Yeah, you turn to the left, to the right. She's here. She ain't going nowhere. Well,
He is here.
Taddy Boom saying, I'm fed up as she, I can't take it. So we had to call for the professionals because we're young in the business, Kieran. You now hit
Correct.
10 years. I now hit 5
Correct.
years in marriage. So we had to get somebody who could, you know, better help us and help everyone with this situation of the stresses of being married. Being married under normal circumstances can be stressful at times.
Yes.
So even with this additional thing, Pastor Mendoza, we'll have to pull you in at this time. How do you think, or what are some things that you think we can do? And just give us a few or one main thing, and then we'll open the phone lines.
One main thing to manage is stress, you mean?
One
That's the
main
thing.
thing.
That's real broad. Pass. What I want to ask first.
Yeah.
What I want to ask first is, from your line, your profession, have you seen an increase in people asking for help during this time?
Not really.
Not really.
And the international statistics is that divorces are on the down.
That's what I was reading just today.
International
Preparing for
statistics
tonight.
that pressure brings people closer. And what this lockdown would have proven to a lot of people is underlying problems that they had
Right.
that they used to escape, either, as you all mentioned, going to work, going and hang out with the boy, she going and a prayer meeting.
Distractions.
Also, all them kind of running away, if you use it as a runaway, that is.
Yeah.
But I just reveal, now it has been revealed, we had this problem and we didn't realize.
Yeah.
You understand? So, and Kes, you mentioned something that is really right. Marriage is a place that stresses are there. In fact, I tell people, if you really want to grow up, get married.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. It's
Yeah.
all of a sudden, you see. They
Yeah,
had it.
it will teach you. I mean, let's even take out COVID from it.
Yeah.
That same thing you're talking about. If you're upset, you turn to the left. Who's there? Is your wife.
Correct.
You turn to the right. Who's there? Is your wife. And
Yeah.
that had nothing to do with COVID.
True.
But if you keep running away, every time you get vexed, you jump and you can't drive off. Then you're not developing
You
this
never-
skill of conflict management. You're not developing that skill. You understand? So, yeah. So, Kes, I mean, we're here tonight to deal with anybody who pulling out the hair.
Yeah.
Right.
We are not down on you if that is your experience. I have
Right.
information that can help you. But
Good.
the international trend is that relationships actually got stronger.
Yeah. I saw it was something like 122% in the States. However, the UK though has kind of doubled down, and the UK is going wild. But everywhere else, the numbers are drastically less.
So
Okay.
you're
When
saying
it comes to the divorce and filing for divorce rates.
So you're saying, Pass, because we have to deal with the problem here, don't have an escape. A lot more people are dealing with the issues.
Right, because so it might have started off with us being very tense. So you find last year in 2020, when we thought that the COVID would have be a short journey,
Yeah.
Yes.
it was showing up certain things, and we now come together and we holding we head, and he dropped some cough and she and then you get to realize it over in August, it over in September, it over in November. Listen, we had to sit down and really start to talk about it, and I had to start to watch at myself, because if you leave me now, the song, if you leave me now, okay, let me leave this
Take
singers.
away the big.
You
Well, you do your
understand?
thing.
If you leave me now, I get to realize COVID, I really stressed out, but I really don't want you to leave me.
Yeah.
And us being together with me, I probably you know, I was sharing the other day that we may undervalue what the bars have done for many men. We undervalue the break that they get when they meet.
Yeah.
Because when these fellas meet and they're drinking, and not that I'm condoning it, but we are saying
it's really more about the community.
That's correct. So that community was a stressless community. They could talk what they want.
Yeah. But they could not talk at all.
Or even not talk at all. Like some of them you see by themselves at the bar. You understand?
Correct, yeah.
When they come home now, and demands are being made on them, they don't like it. And so they will just burst out and say, that's why I never like to come home. But now you can't go nowhere else.
Yeah.
Correct.
So you have to develop certain skills. So what I am hoping is that when things open up, these husbands would have enjoyed their families so much. They would have enjoyed being with their children. They would have enjoyed being with their fathers and mothers so much that them fellas or the ladies wouldn't even want to go back in some of them old settings that they would.
Those other situations, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
But what do you do?
let's open the lines before we go on. So if anybody wants to call in, they can. So let's open the phone lines. If you want to call, remember the number is 725-0707. You can call.
Yes, sir.
Normally a higher unlimited plan. You want to call in? You can call if you want to call on WhatsApp. You know, you just higher data or you're on your Wi-Fi home. You can call in that way as well, all right? Let's open the phone lines.
The lines are open. Dial those digits. 725-0707.
Oh, Ramsey!
Yes.
All right.
So, Pastor,
All right,
you
good.
asked what we do.
All right, I was saying, so the question is what do we do in the case where there's a stress, some stressor?
Yes.
And
Yes.
I am doubting that the stressor that even you might experience is so different from what Kes experienced, or even so different from what I experienced.
Yeah.
It will just reveal my level of preparedness to handle this similar stress. So let's say I come in and tell you, boy, you know, my wife tell me to wash your waist, boy. Big man like me, she tell him to wash your waist.
Right.
And I decide I get so vexed for that. But you now saying, but boy, I washing my hands if my wife cooking. I mean, we're sharing things. So if you understand, I'm saying the stressor is the same, but it's the way you view things. And I'm saying, so now you might have to change the view of things. As a matter of fact, they say one of the major stressors have been actually that chores. Chores have been one of the major stressors because in a lot of homes, a lot of homes, not all homes, many men don't contribute to the daily chores.
Yeah.
And so you have a lot of wives working just as the men on the outside will come home and have to cook, wash, see
Have
for
to
the
do
children,
everything. Yeah.
children in school on the tablet, and the busy they pulling out the head because they're watching the man watching.
Yeah,
You
he rock
understand?
back.
So he rocked back. So that created a real tension in her. So when they start a quarrel, he says, she take me for a little man, she tell me to wash ways. She telling me to wash clothes. A man don't wash clothes. So the question is where he get that concept from that a man doesn't
Correct.
wash clothes.
Correct.
Instead of he saying, if we help each other with the chore, there'll be less tension in the home.
That's
So
it.
it's a whole mindset. Yeah, mindset has to change. I think you were mentioning, that I think, Kieran, that you were home over a year and something now.
Yeah.
And you only go out if you have to.
If I have to, I go out. All right. And this was in that, so March last year was when we had the first set of stipulations, right? First lockdown. Good. And I went from being out from Friday. I was out Friday, Saturday, Sunday night doing shows. To go from to the next week, from the next week till now, having nothing.
Yep.
Right? And so one of the major stresses, I know it's something that you will talk about later on. One of the major stresses, of course, is that financial burden.
Okay, sure.
Right? Because now, in some cases, you have where one of the persons in the couple in the home is no longer working, or in some extreme cases where the both parties
Are no longer
now
working.
out of
Yep.
out of employment. And of course, you know, as you were saying earlier, these things show up how prepared we are for the highs and the lows of life.
That's correct.
Right? So if you had something resting there that you could have fall back on, for a lot of people, the first 6 months of the pandemic, was a little easier.
Last year was cool.
We have a little money there. We could lean on that.
I
But
could have go and buy in bulk last year. But this
Right,
year
Dubai
with
is
these
priced
lockdowns,
smarter.
yo.
Yeah,
Right.
you would have used up that.
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Yeah,
That reserve, even that reserve
That's correct. Yeah, you saw the reserve. Yeah.
is used. So now the stress is really building. Now you don't even have the safety net that you had last year to say, well, okay, I have this 20,000 in the bank still. If I stretch it out, we could pay something here, we could cut back on the bills, whatever. So my question is this, Pass. For the couple that are in that situation now, and those stresses are starting to now almost overshadow the good things in the relationship, the fun times, the good moments, the spending time around each other, the being in each other company. Now it's difficult to be around your partner because I don't have a solution.
Okay.
No, yeah,
I hear you. So things that were minor becoming major.
yes, for sure.
So let's say the major thing was a good relationship that you had. And sometimes you're so overwhelmed with the stress. So let's go back with the financial thing, right?
Yeah.
You're so overwhelmed with the stress that is consuming most of your time and your energy.
Right.
Really and truly, I want you to already see how the maths has changed. The maths have changed into the attention that you're given to the situation that you don't have money.
Yeah.
So I'm just using finances as one, right?
Yes.
So
Go ahead.
you're giving so much attention to that now that you may not see even the goodness of God in your hand. There was a time when it wasn't COVID, but Pastor, when I had left my job, and Pastor Lon and things were really, really tough. I'm telling you the real truth. I make joke out of it. If anybody can remember this joke.
I know the joke, man.
Right? Well, I make a joke out of it.
Yeah, but it wasn't nothing funny.
It wasn't nothing funny, but that was my coping mechanism.
Yeah.
My coping mechanism was to make light of a tough situation.
Right.
Because I didn't want to forget the good thing that I had. I had a wife and I had a child. I don't want to forget that good thing and just focus that.
Well, you have to tell the joke for the viewers that don't know on a pastor. The people want to know.
Well, yeah, so I used to say when I open my fridge, I hear it echo. Only a bottle of cold water instead of it, nothing else.
Oh boy.
Because at least the scripture say if you have a glass of cold water, you give to a prophet. If a prophet come, at least you get a glass of cold water.
You can entertain an angel in disguise.
Cold water for him. And then I used to say, one of these, I had a day I see the rat and them protesting, all of them with placards.
Nothing to eat here.
Yeah. Salt in here.
Salt here, boy. Nothing. Rat say, leave that house there. So it was really tough. And that was the time I used to value fasting because I had to eat, less cooking,
Correct.
And I got up in church and I fasted and thing. And a sister came, an elderly sister, with 2 hampers. If it's one scripture that come alive to me, it is more blessed to give than to receive. Being on the receiving end, people think it's nice. It's really the giving.
It don't feel the same at all.
It don't feel the same.
Nah.
Tell you the truth. And when she brought that hamper for me, this was a man who worked in senior staff in Petrotrade.
Yeah.
That God promised he could line me up nicely now. So he make me leave my work and the boy slide out doing the breakdance and things. And then we get to realize I'm sucking salt. And she bring a hamper. All the holy was holy. I couldn't focus again. I couldn't pray. I was just pleasant to her and I said, thank you, sister. God bless you. But I want to deal with God now.
Yeah.
I said, I have to get you. And I jump in the car and I come back home. And I tell my wife, I said, look how God embarrassed me.
What way you had to bring me to?
Look what he bring me to. He bring a senior staff man with all this qualification, the hamper. I was so upset with God, you wouldn't believe. And then my wife said something, boy, Stephen, you had too much pride. You had too much pride. And then she started going the hamper bag now. This morning we had no sugar, boy.
No sugar, man.
This morning we had no oil. And she going on. I said, wait, stop it. Stop it. I am not too much with this.
Yeah.
Well, what am I saying here? COVID could bring this circumstance. Mine was a deliberate thing and I left my job to follow my call, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying it could be a similar experience. But you know what it has taught me in this time? I'm so glad for that experience. because it taught me what Paul taught, to be content in all things.
In all things,
not
right.
abound and not to disabase. To know one time you could be drinking a whole cup of milk, now you'll drink half.
Correct.
Because, and I'm saying, so it is those kind of things that tell you, so why are you taking it out on your wife? Why are you taking it on them?
As long as you say eat one banana today, one banana tomorrow as the PM.
Oh boy. Oh, but Pastor, you're very correct. You're very correct. It was in the times, and you know, when you have somebody, when your spouse is somebody who could remind you, listen, I know you're upset and it's hard, but we have to be grateful. I mean, things have been going on for so long that it's been like tag team with me and Toya. Some days I'm good.
Right.
Some days I'm the one that's up. You know, I'm the one telling her, girl, don't worry yourself.
Yeah.
You know, we just had to make it through this time, and when things open back, whatever. And other days I'm low. She has to be the one to say, yo, Kieran, I know that it was frustrating, but it's just a day. It's just a day, you know. Tomorrow we'll see what we can do tomorrow. And you know, it really goes down to that strength in communication and being able
That's
to
correct.
ride the storm.
And you accepted her comfort. You see, sometimes when a person is trying to comfort us, sometimes we shut them up and say, I don't want to hear what you have to say.
Forget that. Yeah.
I want to hear you. You know, this is a disappointing thing.
Yeah, that's not changing nothing.
Nah, man, come on.
Yeah.
Understand? So I will tell anybody here with distresses, first analyze yourself and ask yourself, what am I so upset about? If I ate this morning, in fact, the scripture bring it down to once you have food and clothing, you're good to go, you know, Alfred.
Yeah.
The scripture bring it down to that. Sometimes life could get so tough, and I call it life reversals. It gets so tough. You have to learn to be thankful.
Yeah, you have
living
to.
one day at a time, one meal at a time. And you know, when I went through that real tough time, there wasn't a day. And you would know where we live. My brother lived opposite me at that time.
Yeah.
But it's not pride might have been. But one of the things is I didn't sense that every time I need something, I had to go by him.
I should go on correct.
Not every time I had to go and say, I don't have bread. So I said to my wife, no, we had to learn to combine food and invent food. Make things that we never make before.
Yeah,
correct.
And that's what we did. And nobody could have look at us and say, hey, look at that skinny boy, eat something here. No, that was a case of learning to adapt.
Right.
So you are in marriage here, and again, I don't take back from Kieran the ups and downs. You know, the vow that you take cater for COVID. It cater for what? Tsunami. Cater for, even if you win the lottery, not that I am pushing lottery here, you know.
Right.
But whatever, it cater for.
If you land upon a great sum of money.
A
It cater
relative.
for life resources. It cater for to have and not to have.
Yeah.
It cater to be well and to be sick. You understand? It catered for it. So we don't expect now that because things are tough, you forgot that life is not a plateau. It's not a straight road. It's ups and downs. And in some cases, life is very Trinidadian and it has plenty of potholes.
Correct. Some things take a little bit. Some things take a little longer to get out of. You know. Some things take a little longer to get out of.
But can you tell me when he went St. Vincent, he went in that pothole so deep, even the whole cafe.
In St. Vincent.
I shouldn't call the place.
Oh, boy.
Neighbors, if they went take you out at that. Also meaning that some of us forget that, you know, we live in a community. And the better you relate with people, either your in-laws or your neighbors,
Correct.
it is always better for you.
Yeah.
Because things can be so tough. And neighbors are the one who plenty time. God move upon your neighbor's heart to bring something for you.
Yeah. We really have to learn to. Well, there are a lot of things. I think that this COVID season is a very, very teaching season. I think it's a time where a lot of people are learning to lean on some things that we had kind of left by the wayside. Like you were talking about community, and you were talking about, you know, and I always try to encourage people to, you know, call somebody, ask them, you know, how things, and sometimes it's not even a matter of how things going, you know, or they have enough money for things. Sometimes you just need to call and say, hey, listen, I'm dropping this for you. I'm passing to give you this so by so. And because sometimes it's difficult to always have to be, as you were saying, on the receiving end and always having to ask for something. So if you are in a position, no matter what you have, because sometimes let me say you collect 4 hampers, the neighbor downstairs didn't get any, you know, drop one downstairs for her, give out what you have, you know. But so there was a question that I had passed, which was
Like Kes has something on that 4 hampers thing you mentioned.
a 4 hampers. Guess if I got 4 hampers, you would have get one, brother. I guarantee you. If I have 4, you have one.
No, but
There's some people that accidentally they got a hamper before, you know, because they stopped piling, you know.
some people
What?
some people have no heart, you know. Ariana said she went down in a pothole in Point and came out Kufa. But when you talk about these stresses in marriage, especially when it comes to finances, like I felt, well, for me personally, 2019 was an amazing up year for me. Things
were going nice.
real good. A lot of things, dreams that I had were coming to pass, and 2020 rolled around, and so came a lot of cancellations to events that I had planned, to shows that I was booked for. We were supposed to do like a Caribbean tour with a few other comics. We were supposed to go, do a lot of things. 2020 was had a lot of plans for it, and financially it has been a burden on us. And the thing is, if you can't adapt as a couple, if you can't adapt, then you're kind of just setting yourself
No, you're in
up.
problems.
Yeah, you're setting
You're in
yourself
major
up.
problems.
You just have to reshuffle the cards you have and see how best you could make it work. You can make it work, and I really hope that people not so stuck in the ways. Boy, I accustomed drinking champagne every week. Boy, every Friday we accustomed ordering KFC and pizza, and it's big food. We always buying food. You have to be
I
able
want
to.
to tell you this, we spoke about the mental, well, we didn't actually refer to it, but people a lot not talking about mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the finances will show up something. And I want to tell you some of the things that we went through that said that prepares for today. So that same time when things were very tough for us,
Yeah.
I remember my wife being affected. So there was a night in church, and so she is quoting this statement of faith. Now that time is all she had was that belly.
Right.
Child income yet.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because your boy senior staff, 2 of us, when we go and make grocery, it's 2 trolleys. What think about what
Yeah.
2 person.
What are you doing with all of that?
I mean, is only now are talking like that.
Yeah.
Because at that point in time, you're not realizing was a sense of pride, one,
Yeah.
but also a great sense of waste.
Yep.
Because
Right.
many times you're just buying plenty things to stock up your pantry, and some of your things even expire sometimes.
Yeah. Stay right there and
So,
spoil.
and then I remember a day when I say, you gotta just say, in Jesus' name, God will let me do my 2 trolleys, Stephen, in the name of, and I guess some tongues there. I can't remember.
Yeah. She claimed she did.
So she claims she think, who is me to go and jump in there now?
Yeah.
But we moved from 2 trolley to 1 trolley to half a
The
trolley
basket.
to saying the prayer according to Jesus taught us, give us this day our
Daily bread. Give us something today.
Yeah.
God is all of us sense of humor, and he said you're gonna need this experience,
Yeah.
to learn from it, because you will need this experience.
It's really crazy. But I see what you were saying earlier, Pastor, where you were talking about the fact that being in close quarters with people is forcing us to deal with some issues that we may have been shelving for a long time. Addressing a lot of things with intimacy within a marriage. And of course, let's not confuse intimacy with sex. Sex and intimacy, I mean, yes, they correlate, but they're not the same thing. right? A lot of times the strength in our relationships comes from being able to communicate with one another, being patient with one another. All of these things are part of intimacy.
And being transparent, Kieran,
Yeah,
being very transparent, and you could say to her, this thing really affecting me.
yeah,
You know, I feel as though losing my, and that is being transparent and trying to be tough, and then you realize that you can't be tough now, you're exploding.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know, so that intimacy talks about that level of transparency.
yeah,
You can open up yourself to your partner without feeling or without your partner ridiculing you. You know, with your partner understanding what you're going through, and both of you all again trying to help one another to become strong doing it. And that is actually marriage, what we call marriageability skills and traits.
yeah. And that's, but of course, Pastor, well, you would know that works well in a situation where the both parties are actually trying to move things towards this place.
Yeah.
But again, there are some people who are in some situations right now where it's like, but you know, you talk about opening up. There are some guys. This is how I am, and this is how I am.
Yeah.
Well,
ladies too, yeah.
Yeah, correct. True,
Yeah.
true. But I'm talking to men because I'm a man, so I'm talking to men. There are a lot of men who would find themselves in situations where they're under strain mentally because as much as we try, we have changed. A lot of things have changed in society when it comes to breadwinning in the family, but so much of the onus is still on the man to be the provider in the home. Rightly so. However, the burden of it, the way that the man would carry the burden of it would be different to the way a woman would carry that burden of, all right, I do have no money in the house, whatever. But the way it plays, and I can talk from my experience, being out of work for the last year. I mean, yes, it's given me opportunity to remember the things that I have, to be grateful for what is already in my possession. But again, sometimes your mind is like, we always trying to find a solution as men. You know, you're always trying to work it out. Always trying to, okay, this doesn't work, let's try this. Let me do this. Kes, you have your business, you're doing landscaping. You're also doing power washing, so maybe landscaping jobs slow down right now, but I could still do a little power washing, something else. I'll do something else to make money, and then everything dries up.
All streams.
Right? So now you're facing a situation where it's like, okay, there is no apparent solution. I can't think of one. Pastor, what do you say to the young men who are in these situations right now, having to now, like in my case, all of a sudden adapt to the role of being practically a stay-at-home dad, a private tutor, right? What do you say to the men?
Yeah?
Well, 100% these are my children, right?
So
These are my kids.
you can totally coming at it, right?
Go ahead.
The point I'm coming at is that this is you adapting to a role that has become necessary.
Yep.
Yes.
So the goalposts shift, and you want to keep standing up in front of the whole.
What are you gonna do? You will not score.
I sure you. Okay, I know you used to play football. How many times you're waiting for the referee to blow the whistle?
Yeah.
He ain't taking you on.
Yeah, get no whistle.
You
Yeah,
have to play. Score.
Nah, you gotta play until the whistle blow.
Beat you up now because you stand up and you quarrel about the play that the referee should have made.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying here is when things change, we have to learn to be flexible and to change, and that is a sign of maturity.
Yeah.
You know, if so, as you were even explaining, now you are with the boys, and you know what? Years will come when these boys will look back on that.
Pass. I am so grateful, and I always say it. I'm so grateful for this time because there will never be another event like this.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it again.
Good? It'll be sure in lifetime. And I know for a fact that they will remember this time with me being at home. Listen, some days I get up and I don't have the mental capacity to deal with things the way, and that is fine too. There are some days I need a break.
Yeah.
So pass. Pass. I think Pastor Lorna I think she was on your Facebook profile and commented, yes, I love him too, but it show up as your name.
Oh yes, Lord.
So your wife
Lord,
just,
we know-
come
we know
to
you
big
love
you up
him.
on the live, and it seemed like you telling yourself that they love you.
Guess you didn't
Yeah,
need
she
to
got me
tell on the
using my
lady. You know.
phone.
Yes.
She using my phone.
I feel like you could allow the lady. Kids.
And like I hear them laughing downstairs.
And you know his
No,
Lord.
because
Oh gosh, I feel like they cannot leave the lady.
I saw the comment came up from Pastor Stephen Mendoza, and then the comment gone. So she didn't. Yeah, I had to.
Yes, leave the
I'm
lady.
making it out, Pastor Lona. We know you love the man. We know this. We know this. But she
I mean,
she stated her
both you
claim.
guys
She
have
stated
made
her
me-
claim on the
Both you
live.
guys have made me very proud, right? And we would have gone. Both of you would have been under my tutelage for
Yeah, for
marriage
sure.
counseling, and we would have taught the simple basics. The basics that I taught you is the basics that we're telling everybody today. They are basic things, and whether it was so COVID would have just revealed the skill that you didn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
COVID is not supposed to be making you get so stressed out that you don't reflect on yourself and say, what skill I don't have. Instead of you turning the guns on your wife, or you're turning the guns on your husband, and not realizing there's a skill that you don't have.
Yeah.
I want to go quick. I mean, this money thing on my mind so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I taught a simple principle of we just teach 10-10-80.
Yeah.
Tight, take, manage. And let's say you don't believe in tighting. So I here to convert you.
Yeah.
But the saving aspect of when you have, a lot of people don't understand how important that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Save when you have, because you will have days like these
Correct.
when you're glad you had a bucket that you used to be putting aside something.
Yeah.
You understand? But if you just living in the moment, eating, drinking, everything, consuming all your money, then what will happen? Now you'll be going through this thing, stressed out, and talking about a coulda, woulda, shoulda, and everything like that.
Yeah.
So those are basic principles. I wanna bring up a principle of we have had the rise in domestic violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the question is, what would, and again, COVID is not responsible. Today I want to ease up COVID and tell COVID,
It's been getting the flack for a lot of things.
sorry for the links
It's not
people
your
giving
fault,
you, like,
COVID.
giving the devil.
Stop blaming
It's like,
COVID.
it's like the guy saw Satan crying and said, I'm Christian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blaming COVID, and you hit your wife, but you blame it's COVID fault.
It's
on,
COVID
come
fault.
on.
And so imagine as a man, you were never at home. If you were never at home and you have children and your wife and children, then you wouldn't know what it is, the sound of children making noise.
Yeah. True.
That is your children growing up. If you feed them properly, they'll have energy and they'll run from morning until night. And the only time they're quiet is when they fall asleep.
Yep.
Pass by. All when they're supposed to be in the bed, because bedtime is 9 o'clock. But really and truly, 10:30 is really bedtime.
They lie down in the bed 9 o'clock. And then they're talking,
Oh
and
my.
pinching and
Fight. Who's swinging from the double decker? Pastor. Anyway,
God.
go ahead.
No,
you go
things
ahead.
just come back. I know if you know.
Well, because I really want to pour out myself and tell you I haven't had time. Okay, and nobody not taking me. But who tried it is? Yes, it's mine. I know. That's the problem.
I say, brother, I know you used to swing from the double decker too. So I know what you're complaining about.
I had to come in my office, boy.
But
Oh, boy.
we never had to. We were very well behaved. I don't know what you're speaking about.
See,
I don't
you're
know.
lying in front of the man.
Yes, yes. And Sharon will bring both of them. Let's sit down. And then what are they pull out Bible for you?
Oh gosh, what's that?
Oh,
Bible
boy.
and belt, boy.
Bible and bell.
But yes, but pass, you were right to say, if you don't know the ebb and flow of your own house. You
Because
don't
you're
know
not
how.
there.
Yeah, you're not there. Yeah.
Because you're choosing to line. You're choosing to come later when you should have been home, let's say a reasonable time. You're coming 4 hours later than that. So you're missing the development of these children. And part of that development is noise. But when you come home now, you want a quiet house.
Yeah, silence.
Because you feel you alone deserve silence.
Yeah.
You alone, you're the man, so you deserve When daddy reach, nobody talk. Tell that goldfish, don't even bubble hard. You must just go and lie down and sleep, and nobody must disturb you.
Yeah.
That is such an unreasonable notion of a man.
Yeah, true.
It's so unreasonable for you to expect and to demand that. And that's why you have tension. The tension is because of your selfishness and you're demanding things that is unreasonable. Instead of having and trying to help your wife, one cook, one wash, one. I'm saying, do things.
But this is my question, eh? This is my question to guys who have a. I mean, how? All right, both of us working. We come home. How I could sit down, my foot up,
Yeah.
and watch this woman go now to roast matey and
Yeah.
to make curry
But
chicken.
I she walk.
How I can sit
Sometimes she
down
reach home
comfortable.
after you, and sometimes she reach home after you.
Yeah, and you're home hungry and you're waiting. I
Right.
waiting.
The
you're
clothes
hungry and
in
waiting.
the clothes in the
Up on the boil.
hamper. The clothes in the hamper so long. Listen, long time I could understand seeing washing clothes as a chore or as a task because you had the chicken board, you know, you're outside in the sun, it's a laborious task. But oh gosh, boy, how hard it is to pick up the jeans and throw it inside the machine,
But
right?
Kieran,
That you would leave that for the woman to do.
yeah,
That no make
you know, long
it don't
time,
make sense to
long
me.
time, yeah. Still with a twin tub, you used to have to come back and take out the clothes from here to
Yeah,
pick.
take it, put it in the
Yeah,
dryer.
to
Yeah.
do nothing again, boy. You just put in
Yeah.
the clothes, put in soap.
They still have a twin tub, oh God. Yes, even if they still have
A
a
twin tub is still much easier
Oh, God.
than joking clothes.
How hard is it?
everything. She
Yeah,
had
that's-
to bathe children, watch the children, get them ready for school, feed you, and you
Home
that is
lesson.
your country.
Yeah.
So let's talk quickly about chores and duties.
Yeah.
In my or rules, let me not use rules.
Yeah.
I'll use in chores and rules in our duties.
Yeah. Rules.
To me, the role of a man and the role of a woman has nothing to do with cooking, washing, ironing.
100%.
Those chores that must be done in the house.
No, the man talk like a professor.
So who cooks? I don't care.
Once it,
Who washes? I don't care.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to say my wife did ban me. I see like I kind of coming back in a little bit. She did ban me from washing. Now,
From washing.
when you do the
That's why
clothes,
woman
what you do the clothes, Pastor?
Pass.
What did you
Hey.
do to the clothes?
tie-dye.
Pass. It have a way. There is a way
What?
to do everything.
I trying to make a nice pattern for the family, and you're fighting me.
Listen, all the watch. You see this mix, you know.
Pass.
I just mix everything, you know.
Pass.
Colors in with
So when I
black and
No.
So when you do that, I say, well, let me do
throw the
this.
red in with everything, towel, everything. Yeah, just wash it. It was dirty.
Well, you see, Cass, you're trying to expose me here. What thing running? I said, what do you mean running? I put it in the machine. What running? Okay, so from normal and for years, I get banned for years.
Yeah, but clothes is still running thing.
Yeah.
Yes. And especially African one too.
Oh boy. But you
Especially
spend all that money behind your Ankara and then put it in the machine with your whites.
It wasn't so bad. There's color, but I didn't realize color does run on color. I thought it would keep everyone like keeping their own zone, you know. But
Right.
Or
yeah,
in the
everybody stay
water.
to the section.
Everybody, separate in the water.
yeah, I thought it would have stayed in your own zone, but he has stayed in your own zone until like that, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my
so,
God.
so chores to me, every home have chores. Whether you're a single person, male or female, your home have chores.
Yeah.
So if you're a man and you're living by yourself, you have to wash your ways.
You had to pass a
If you're a
broom.
man and you're living by yourself, you have to sweep your own house.
Correct.
You have to wash your own clothes. You have to iron your own clothes. So how all of a sudden, when a woman come in your life now,
You forget.
no one is supposed to do them things.
Yes.
You have a servant.
Yes. Once a female or woman is wrong, I don't know how to mop. I don't know how to cook. I don't know
I does
how
nothing.
to sweep. I don't know. And I
But the
I
thing
don't
is,
understand the
people
logic.
don't understand.
I don't understand the logic. Let me say this first, Kieran. I don't understand
Go
the
ahead, do
logic
your thing.
behind it. Because my wife told me that I look so attractive, so smart. I look so attractive to her by the sink washing the wares. I don't know how these fellas understand this yet. I look so attractive with a broom in my hand. I look so attractive putting my son to sleep. Oh my gosh. These fellas, them.
Especially, see that one? Women love to see men take care of the children.
Oh gosh. These fellas
sure.
and them
Admire them.
paying attention, bro. All this work you want to put
sure.
in to make your wife like you. Go on, wash the wares.
Let your wife, let your little son ride on your back.
Yeah.
A woman watching him, what a man.
You understand?
What a man.
What a man.
Yeah.
Playing with the children.
Yeah.
So that just buffing them up whole day and quarreling with them and want to slap them and things. And so sometimes women hate you. They start to hate the husbands because she's doing all the work and she's tired and he wouldn't help.
Yeah.
So he's not attractive. She started to despise him.
Yeah, the very
You
resentment.
know why a
comes in.
problem in your home? She's despising him. I had a couple who came at me once and the wife saying, he's a big man. Why had to wash his plate? She will wash her own and I'll put it on him.
Yeah.
You see where they reach? They reach in my office. You know?
Yeah.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when people think this is small, it's not small. This is, you have to understand, chores is neither male nor female. Chores is what we do.
Yeah.
So let me go back into the roles now.
Go ahead.
What is the role? The role of the man, to me, is real simple, boy. Love your wife.
Yeah.
Hey, if you do a survey right now, Kes, and ask all these ladies who observing the chat here tonight, and ask them how they will feel if the husband loved them. What do you think is the biggest thing these women is coming to our office? Pastor,
Not feeling
this
love.
man I love.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling love. You don't take me out. You don't watch me. You don't pay me compliment. You don't carry me nowhere. All those kind of things is love. They're asking for attention. They're asking that they want to know that you're seeing them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the role of the man. You know? The role of the man is to see his wife, to love his wife. So if he see her with a bucket of water, and he run and he grabbed that bucket,
Yeah.
she say, "You saw me?
Correct.
Yeah.
You so much struggle.
You was watching me.
Yeah.
I only watching you when I want thing. I'm watching you all the time.
Yeah.
Correct.
And because I love you, I will ease up your load." So women like to know that their husbands love them and watching them and they are number one in their eyes. And what
Pass, when I watch my wife and our eyes make four, she just stood around and say, "Why you watching me stuff?"
yeah.
Clear your name, Toya. Clear your name, Toya.
Yeah. Why you watching me stuff?
Hey, I don't see your face. Blush. It's a blush there.
Yeah, correct. She only playing
No,
thing.
Lorna. If I am watching, we gonna have a
Correct.
problem.
Correct.
You understand?
The
Then
day
you
the look
shall-
stop.
You hear watching me again. Who else you're watching?
Yeah.
So if every time your eye turn around and you see me watching you, whether bending or standing up or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. If every time you see me watching you, you feeling good about that, you know, in your
True.
heart. Take what I tell you.
Yeah.
Your wife is feel good about that. To know that you're not only watching her in one way, just
Correct.
to see her when that you want sexual relations,
Correct.
but that she is there for you and she feel loved. Because
Pass, do you think that as men we need to put more emphasis in teaching the next generation how to see women as how to say as just another human being? I find it's been my experience that just as you were saying just now, women long for men to see them as things other than things related to sex and to
sexual
sexual
object.
relations and sexual things, right? But it's like if you only see your wife in a sexual capacity, bro, you missing out on so much help.
And a good
Because
friend too. You're missing
that's
out
the
on
thing.
so much of your relationship.
The perspectives that you lose, right? Because just having her eye on something,
Guys, I find I'm not seeing anybody. I ain't seeing any shares on this live. What is happening, guys? Let me ask
Right,
again.
well, come, do better
the
than that. Go
information
ahead.
that is being put out tonight, I'll again it for
It's for a
free,
lot of
you know.
people.
This man is charged. This man is
Facts.
charged.
and well within
Well
right, because
within
it's
right.
very, very good information.
So please, guys, share the live. We want as much people as possible to have access to
then
this.
I hope those fellas feel we are bashing them. So let's talk about what the men want now.
Yes.
Correct.
So the role of the man is to love the wife. You're saying that, right? To love this woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the role of the woman, which many of them miss, is to respect this man.
Yeah.
Simple like that. Listen, as men, we don't handle disrespect good at all.
At all.
Yeah.
I do not know a man who does handle emasculation and disrespect well.
Yeah.
To show you, I try to make women understand, to show you that. Look at, there are many men today making jail only because they were disrespected by an ex-man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we they say you kissed me.
Yeah, correct.
So you disrespect him and he gone home, you know. He coming back, you know.
Yeah, he coming.
He gone home because he pull his tail between his leg, you know.
Nah.
He gone home to let you know you can't do me that.
Yeah.
Correct.
Men have woke up for jobs because our boss talked to them in a certain way, you know.
Yeah.
He had 10 children crying, you know. And he woke up for that job because he was disrespected.
Yeah.
See, so if respect for a man was just about what he wanted from a woman, I try to show you here that respect for a man is as innate of a need as we need water, you know.
Right.
Men, for us to function well, we need our wives to not tell us to earn respect.
True.
That is one of the most destructive teachings I've ever heard in marriage. That you have to earn respect. No husband, a husband's supposed to start with 100 and it's for
With
he to keep
100%.
it.
Yeah.
It's up to him
He
to keep it
keep
there.
it.
Correct. Yeah.
That's correct. It's not for the wife to tell him start at zero.
And build.
And
you-
earn and climb your way. Up.
Become a man in this house. Then that home will, listen, perpetual struggles.
Yeah.
Because he can't talk to you. And then he's supposed to be the head of the home. How can he be the head without respect? How can he be the head without respect? So what you do, you respect this man as your head. The scripture tell you are the neck, and hey, you all are talking about how a woman is so happy. But if a woman understands her role as the neck, it's the neck that they shake the head in. When you hear you get stiff neck, that head ain't moving, you know.
Right.
Right.
My
so
wife could make
the
me do
woman-
anything.
Sorry?
My wife could make me do anything. Wait.
Well, she can make it so simply because she gave it that respect and you feel you could do anything for her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Once
because
a man-
she's not going to be, you trust that she's not going to make an unreasonable demand of you. Your wife knows you. If anybody's supposed to know you and know what you're good at, what you can and cannot do. And of course, we know that situations where some people are in some relationships with some very unreasonable people.
Yeah.
But if you are doing your part as a man, you giving that love, she knows she has support, she is being seen, she feels loved. When it's time for you to get that respect, oh boy, she going to lay it on heavy because you
As
see,
a matter of fact, you know, sorry, Kieran.
no, pass, you go
The
ahead.
scripture would have say that Sarah called her husband Lord, you know, called
Right,
Abraham
yeah.
Lord, and she did that out of respect. And I remember I didn't marry yet, and Lorna started to call me Lord. She said, I got customers. I said, wait, don't call me no Lord now. I done started to tremble there, ready.
Right.
So she called me Stephen the Great. I could live with that.
Yeah.
I could. But I in my home, I don't have to compete for leadership in my home.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell Lorna who's the man here. She allows me to lead.
Yeah.
And it's for me to love her that she would enjoy following my leadership. Understand? So allowing your husband to lead without second guessing him, without he had to like pray before he come and talk to you. Some women are so harsh. These men almost meditating. Father, give me the strength.
Give me the strength, please.
I want to go to buy a piece of cheese.
And I go to-
I want to go and tell. And you know,
No.
and so when they come for the wife. And we're going.
Yeah.
I want to go and get a piece of cheese. You try this cheese, you can buy you.
Cheese.
Cheese. Go on, cheese now.
Some friends,
Huh?
some school friends call you up. Hey, bro, we meeting up. We going on fish. We going on do something together as boys. You know what I mean? And you saying, boy, I don't know now, boy. You're frightened to ask your wife. You're frightened, and this
No,
both
no,
both
but
ways
guys-
too. Eh?
But gents, you know, I've seen, right? I mean, it's not the case with everybody, but I've seen that a lot of the times when you have situations where a woman, but of course we know that people who are very controlling, right? But a lot of the times when a woman telling a man I'm behind him, hey, where you going? Why you going? How long you going for? A lot of the times these fellas do something to cause a level of insecurity and to break that trust. So now she monitoring every step you make.
That's a good point. Or before the relationship, she might have been with someone before who.
Yeah, it's a pattern.
So
but
some baggage came into the new relationship.
That's a good point. Very, very good point. Yeah. But what we're saying here, remember, what we will try to present tonight in this session is what is ideal.
Of course.
You teach the ideal and then you manage what is out of the ideal and try to bring it in. What is the ideal? Love and respect. Love and respect. I must not only love Lorna, I must respect Lorna. Lorna mustn't only love me, she must respect me also.
Yeah.
But on those two pillars, so I have this kind of little artistic thing. You know that story with Samson pushing down the two pillars?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, you think about it. Samson would have had to have some knowledge of where he was because he was blinded at that time. And he would have also had to have some understanding of architecture to know which two pillars to tell this guy to put me by.
To put him by, right.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because if it was another two pillars, he may not have had the same effect.
Yeah.
But
There's a few of them you would have catch, some people that got
That's correct. Two main pillars. Now, I say, so I have a little me now. Instead of Samson, it's like the devil.
Right.
With two pillars, pushing on two pillars. And the pillars he's pushing on is love and respect. Now, love and respect are only two pillars, but they're the main pillars.
Right.
We talked about financial management. Spoke about a little bit on communication already tonight.
Yeah.
Spoke a little bit about conflict resolution. We mentioned a little bit about intimacy. All of those are different pillars.
Yeah.
Yes.
But those are weaker pillars.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah, if the love and respect is there, those other things could survive some little beating.
That's correct. You try to imagine a home with no love and respect, and then you're broken on top of that.
Oh boy, pass.
Try to
If I had to go
imagine.
through this season with anybody other than my wife,
Yeah.
brother,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You think about that. Think about a person coming to tell you, Kiran, a whole year your home is scratching.
Big man like you, what less? All I study there, your home. Music what? Music nothing.
And you teach it there's nothing but good teach it. So try to imagine that.
Crazy.
That disrespect alone could make you want to break COVID and actually walk outside 9 o'clock
Lock 'em up.
and tell the police.
Take me.
Take me.
Take me,
At least I'll get quiet and listen. At least.
So we have a question or a comment then from MJ George, and she's saying, what if the woman wants to respect the man, wants the man to lead, but a lot of men don't know how to lead? Send them by you. Send them for counseling.
Well, we can teach them. It can be taught. No, it can be taught. Let me tell you something. Both love and respect are skills.
Yeah.
I tell people love is not alone to make any marriage work. You need skills. And even loving is a skill. We just have to teach love. We just actually have to teach men how to love their wives.
True.
And we also have to teach women how to make this man lead.
Yeah.
And so some of the things is, okay, so let's say you may think that because he is a man, he's supposed to know how to lead naturally. All right, but when you met him, he was already probably a man. He probably was already 20, 25, already a man. What did the first 20 years? Who taught him to lead? If his parents did not give him opportunity to lead, then don't feel that just because he's a man, he knows how to lead. It's like thinking just because a person, a woman, she's a lady, she's a woman, she's supposed to know how to cook.
Yeah.
Right.
Or she's supposed to know how to wash wares, or even how to wash clothes just because she's a woman.
Right.
If all she come to you with is a nice smile and a master's degree, and her mother had her focusing on developing this
education.
of education and minimize the skill of how to take care of a home.
Right.
When you get married to her now, she's already 23 years old. So, but you thinking she's supposed to know that automatically, but you had the amount of hard bake you had to eat first. The amount of roti that you had to
bun rice.
You had to soak them roti about 3 days before you could eat it. Sometimes you had to go through those things until she get the skill.
Pastor,
So your husband.
I made a bread a few months ago. I made a video about it. Pastor, I pelled that bread on the wall, and the wall crying.
Bread harder than
You hear
2020.
boop. Yeah, that thing. That bread hit the wall, and the wall crying up us. What's that? Call it.
I'm sure you were following the recipe.
I followed the recipe. No, I did make a
Right.
mistake. I did make a mistake with the recipe. And that's why it was so hard. I put baking powder instead of putting yeast. So it did not rise how it was supposed to rise.
Yes.
The thing solid like a rock. Call it say.
Yeah.
Kes though, I got the bread.
But Kes, you see what I'm telling you about it? If you realize that was a skill, right?
Yeah.
So the same way, if this young lady say, okay, I want to allow this man to lead, but he doesn't know how to lead.
Yeah.
That is not an opportunity to emasculate him.
Yeah.
That is an opportunity for him for a good discussion and say, listen, you can learn leadership.
Yeah.
You can learn. And there are books on marriage. You know what I'm saying? You have YouTube, you have all these kind of things. And listen, how much things we have to really lead on in the home? It's really. One of the main role in leadership is setting a vision.
Yeah.
For where he wants to take his family. That's one of the main thing with leadership. You watch when you guys love all the football.
Right.
Who's the first person to get rid of when he had a team failing?
The coach.
Coach.
The manager.
Mm-hmm.
Not so?
Yeah.
Because what they wanted from him was leadership. If these fellas could play football,
Yeah, they're good. We
They're
have all the
good.
components for a good marriage already.
you don't have a good wife, you have a good husband, but if he doesn't have this certain skill, and so some of these guys who were fired came back and become and head teams again, and why? Because they went and learned. It's the same way you can learn how to cast vision. You can learn how to talk about money, how to manage it. You can learn instead of saying everything, you handle it now. You handle it now.
Yeah.
If you keep delegating everything to your wife, then you are not developing leadership skills. And so you have to let the buck stop with you. Make mistakes. You look how you gotta tell me the problem was yeast. So you learn
Right.
from your mistake.
Correct.
So make mistake instead of letting everything. If the plumber come, you want your wife to go and deal with the plumber. What color to paint the house? Anything
She
you
have to choose.
Yeah.
The
Then-
curtain she buying by herself.
Exactly. So to tell me, when are you developing the leadership skills when you keep delegating it?
And pass, even coming out of the question from MJ, right? It takes a level of we have to be gracious with one another in a marriage.
Wonderful.
Right? You're not gonna know everything.
For sure.
And because you know you don't know everything, you have to also accept that your partner won't know everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Good. So just as you are on life's journey and you are learning and you are developing over time, there are things, even if you see something lacking, what you should be trying to do is to prop, is to fix, is to adjust, is to, make this thing into something special and have
I'm
patience
sure
with
he
your
has
partner.
other strength.
True. Of
I'm
course.
sure he has other strength.
Yeah, because you married
So
him
the
for
case
some
of-
reason, right? Unless as the woman,
that's-
you just married him because you want to say you're married. You married him you got married to him for some reason. You fell in love with him for some reason. So figuring out and learning together as you grow, is what the goal should be. I know that I've been married for 5 years. The relationship that we have now, versus that first year. That first year was so much of figuring out, and the learning continues. It's not like, because people change over time as well. I am not the same person I was when we got married, and so is my wife. We have changed, and you have to learn to adapt and have to learn to grow together. Selena saying submit nothing. No, Selena. Find the right man to submit to. Find the right man to submit to, Selena.
Good point. So let's talk about that. So I have to believe that Selena if Selena is a Christian, then Selena does not understand what the scripture was teaching.
Yeah. Because they paint
So
submit
Selena-
as this bad thing.
Yes, and so people with bad experiences sometimes try to.
That's the thing. A lot of people have misused their privilege. A lot of men have misused that privilege
Abuse.
of being the head and being the person to lead. And that means that when I talk, no dog, no bark. You know, that kind of attitude. But go ahead, pass.
And that's why I was very clear, Kieran, in saying what a man is supposed to do is to love his wife.
Yes.
And so his leadership is based on love. So let's talk about Selena and that submitting no way. But Selena, if that is what you are saying, I am telling you, please don't get married if you're married yet, because you will make this man's life a living hell. Your home will be a living hell, because that is not the order. Submission is about administration of your home.
Yeah.
It's about administration of your home. So if you take a look at your Bible, Ephesians 5:21 says, we submit one to another. So it is not the woman alone who submits. It's the man who also submits.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord, I think one of you mentioned that if a man doesn't allow a woman to really be a good wife, he has missed out on a good help.
Yeah, correct.
Now, if you are the help, but you have to remember you're helping as the vice president in the marriage, you're not the president.
Yeah.
So both of you cannot sit down on the president role. You are the vice president. So as the vice president, you are there to advise and to guide. But you're not there to, well, if you don't listen to me, you don't love me. No, who advisor could get on so?
Yeah.
Then even the president will say, I'll fire you. And that was some men that say, I don't want you again, because why? You want to take the role of leadership.
Right.
Now, you may not know, and I'm telling you here today, that one of the curses that came in the garden is that the Lord told the woman, your desire will be towards the man, meaning you would want to control the man. That's innate in every woman. But he will have the rule over you. Now, Ephesians 5 come and taught us how to manage that. So you tell the woman, listen, you will feel to control this man, but if you want a good marriage, let him lead. And it will tell the man, not because you have a rule over her, if you want a good marriage, love this woman. And that's why I'm sure in your homes and those of you who listen to me, you don't have an issue with leadership, because it is not an issue. When there's love and respect, there is not an issue who is in charge.
That's the thing.
I have another question from our lady here. This is also a wife sending this this message. That's why it's so funny to me. She's asking why we can't have two presidents.
Okay, very easy to answer. Which nation you know have two?
Which successful nation? Let's say that.
I don't even want to say successful. Which nation you know have two?
Yeah.
India, over 1 billion people have one prime minister.
Yeah.
China, over 1 billion people have one premier.
Yeah.
All these nations that have millions of people have one leader.
Yeah.
And you will tell me both all in all house and only one
Two people.
And that's the thing. Why are we struggling over a name or a title or things like that, when if we approach things like you were saying, past the man out of a place of love, your leadership is coming from a place of love.
A place of love.
So love will teach you, okay, you know what, boy, my wife is better at accounting.
Right.
I should let her handle the accounts. You know what? My wife is better at this. Let me defer to her on this. Right? So if you have these kind of things, these kind of decisions being made in the home, then the big problem people have with submission is not really going to be a problem anymore.
Kieran, verse 21 I was talking about.
Yeah.
That really, to me, too many people 21 and they start Ephesians 5 from verse 22. And too many pastors also teach from verse 22.
Teach from there. Yeah.
Not from verse 21. We submit one to another out of the love of Christ.
Yes.
So it means that when Lorna suggests something and I know it making sense, I say, Lorna, you're right.
Yep.
Correct.
You're right. I was wrong to do so. I was wrong to say so. You are right. But at the end of the day, she cannot come and emasculate me because she was right.
Right.
Otherwise, you are damaging the fabric of your home. And I'm saying, I do not know if some of you here listening to us tonight, what type of marriage you want. But the name of our program is Married an Angel.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
I don't teach devilish marriage. And what do I call devilish marriage? A marriage that have a set of disrespect, quarreling, domestic violence, distrust, dishonesty, those are devilish things. The scripture said those things are devilish.
Right.
But we have known people who tell me they're married to the devil. People have told me that already. Pastor Stephen, my husband is a devil.
Satan himself.
Or they say this sister, she's singing in that choir, But from the time she come home,
Beelzebub.
the devil resume, quarrel, cuss.
Yeah.
You have heard those things.
Yeah.
So Selena
Now?
is asking again.
Why is it strange for you to have the concept that I'm married to an angel?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's possible. I think it's very, very possible to fashion a marriage and a union in such a way you feel like it's just angelic. And I've seen it done.
You hearing us good, Pass?
And I had a little, you all hung up a bit there, I had a little internet instability there.
Yeah.
So you're back with us?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, and
Yes.
you're good now. All right. So Selena is following up. I feel like Selena come on the life late. I feel so. Because she's asking, okay, so what, when you say to submit, what comes under that term? What are the duties of a wife who submits to her husband? Selena late.
Selena, you're gonna have to watch the repeat,
Yeah,
mama.
Selena, you're late. Because we're talking about this
Right.
thing a while now, right? We love you, but you can check the replay after.
And tell her most likely it's not what you think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
Love and respect. I don't know if you've seen the pinned comment there, but it comes down to love and respect, Selena. All right. Pass. I have this question. It not fully tied into the topic that we're talking about tonight, but I have to ask your opinion on divorce, because a lot of people, especially in the church, a lot of people have different opinion and different takes on what scripture says when it comes concerning divorce. Just want to know what your take is.
Okay, Kes, that's a real good question. When I started counseling, I thought I could have saved every marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
Superman.
eventually, we really did have very good
Testimonies,
success
success
rate.
stories.
Yeah.
My success rate, I thank God, is very high. A lot of people who came to divorce hardly ever got divorced under us. But guess what? Some did. And I felt shattered as though I failed.
It's your
don't get
fault.
worried about the other people. I felt as though I failed.
Right.
But then I started to really well grow up now. And now realize it's not every marriage could work.
True.
There's some marriages I wish I could tell people to run faster than.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's some I wish I had the money to let them go in a country that have somebody waiting on a plane for them and take them off, and
Yeah.
Correct.
because of the abuse,
Yeah. Some things that are irreparable.
you have to repair. You just can't repair. Sometimes you're married to broken people. Sometimes you have husbands who
Correct.
actually want their wives to be with other men. You're talking about, it's not even adultery. You're talking about depraved minds.
Yeah.
So when you hear these kind of things, and of course, and I had to kind of keep a very cool and professional face. Oh, so he wanted to go with the next man. I wanted to jump that ship.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I could imagine the stories you have heard over the years.
Several
Yeah, I can
painful
only
things.
imagine. Yeah.
Sometimes I used to leave there almost depressed. And then sometimes I say it is not right for me to try to make some of these marriages work either. So I have changed a lot of philosophy that I had regarding trying to make marriages work. I teach principles.
Yeah.
And sometimes, so we have like a list of about 15 things from 1 Corinthians 13, same love and respect, but mainly on this one on love. And I tell anybody, if you cannot get 2/3 of those things right under love, hardly likely your marriage will work. And there's about 15 things in what love is, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Answering the question, but I tell you, it's not just a yes and no
Yeah,
answer.
yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
So when we put this slate together sometimes in our case, so you're looking as though they want to kill one another already. And I ask, okay, I'm going to give you this list and show me how much you love this woman based on these guidelines. And some of them only taking X. And I say, wonder if you take his tic-tac-toe or telling him to
Yeah.
Huh.
it hardly tick. Love is kind. You know he's not kind. Love is patient.
Kind. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All these things that he cannot put a tick by it. Doesn't bear record of evil. He talking thing that she did since she was a little girl that she didn't even know him, and he bringing up those things.
Yeah.
And when you get a person, imagine out of 15 things, they can't even get 5. I don't feel sorry for that woman already.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm saying
because
I
that
get to
five
realize
is probably a list to make
if
himself
God
look a
doesn't
little
come in
better in
his
front of
man's
pastor.
heart, his concept of love will never change.
Yeah, true.
Pass, I feel like we're losing it again, Pass. Do you have the
But yeah, guys,
a hard internet connection in or you on the
My internet
Wi-Fi?
is unstable.
I feel you on the Wi-Fi.
all right. But guys, 725-0707 if you're on and you still want to try to connect to us because we're not going to be on for much longer.
You want to
again.
ask a question real quick?
You want to ask a question?
Now is the time to call in to get your question in before we look to wrap things up.
Are you hearing me now, okay?
We hearing you, but you're still stuck. Your video is stuck. So take off the camera and put it back on.
For the one and why eating is a little toppers. Okay, now you? No, you can't get any.
You hearing me there now, brother?
Yes.
Yes, pass. We're hearing you now.
Right, so
Probably I might have to use the Ethernet.
yes.
Yes.
So
See, Claudine advised anything.
So for sure we will have you back on the show to talk
Gonna have
about
to for sure have pastor back.
marriage again. But Selena again is asking, what about marriage between two different religions? She's asking if we talk about that yet.
No,
Well, a lot of topics. No, when the scripture talk about unequally yoked, it wasn't talking about if it is what non-Christian religions.
Yeah.
If it is non-Christian
Yes,
religion,
yes.
right? Well, I am guided by scripture and being unequally yoked.
Right.
Understand? Because we have had people, what we'll consider saved and unsaved, and we tell them, listen, we don't baptize people who are unsaved. You understand? But I just want to finish up this thing on divorce. I will do this on a case-by-case basis. If there was adultery and abandonment, I will do that on a case-by-case basis. But if you were the one who unfaithful to your wife, breaking up the marriage, I will be hesitant in a situation. So I will dig up and find out why did your marriage break up in the first place.
Yeah.
It's not that God doesn't forgive.
Yeah.
God does forgive, and I ain't saying you can't get married. It's just that there are certain things I hesitate to put my hand on. You understand?
Yeah, of
And
course.
yes. But I know, as I say, some marriages that are irreparable.
Annalisa is asking, well, she kind of gave two under the Christian denomination, you would say, Pentecostal and Seventh-day Adventist. She asking. I feel there's a specific question.
Yeah, that's
Well, no,
like a
that,
new problem.
that's why I asked. That is why I asked if it was Christian and non-Christian.
Yeah.
Because the scripture did not make religion an issue regarding all in the same faith. If you read the book of 1 Corinthians 12 and Romans 12, it referred to all of us under one body. We have one head is Christ. Paul in 1 Corinthians 3 says, who is Paul, who is Apollos? All of us are under Christ. Adventists didn't die for nobody. Pentecostal and die for nobody. No Catholic die for anybody. It's Christ who died.
Yeah.
So if the person is in Christ and they call the name of Christ, religion is just a practice.
Right.
So I have no problem with a Pentecostal getting married to an Adventist. I have no problem. I'm serious, no problem, because if you call the name of Christ, then one might be a finger and one might be a toe.
Right.
That's all.
Same body.
But if you want to talk about Muslim or Hindu, well, then we have a different thing talking there.
Pastor, I have one more question. So maybe this will help us to end it off on a lighter note, right? What are some of the ways? What are some tips that you would give to couples to try ways that they could keep the romance and the spice alive. Now, where the restaurants closed, you know, you can't go watch a movie, right? You're in each other's space all the time. What are some ways that you would suggest?
I can say this before you say, Pastor, because I know you're coming with some good facts, right? But today, I trying to keep the spice, right? And I was just washing the wares and thing, and she come and she hugged me from behind. I say, boy. So she go and she sit down on the couch there, and I come and I sit down next to her, and I, you know, trying to tickle her while playing. You know, it start as while play sometimes, or while playing. We had a mattress on the ground, right? We were on the ground out in front, so Liam was jumping on the mattress, whatever. So we while playing on the mattress, and is a knee to my forehead and a pastor out there trying to keep spice, you know.
The spice could be dangerous because you don't know if you chew nutmeg, it can drop down your blood pressure.
Pastor,
spice can be dangerous sometimes.
I nearly black out, you know. I start to see neng neng. My head start to pulse. So she can't take tickles at all.
Too much spice can be strong.
I tickling she and what is a knee to my forehead, boy. Whoa. Wait.
But you know, Kieran, you said something and you were giving out answers already in your question.
Right, go ahead.
So we're admitting that we can't go out. But you know, you can cook gourmet meals at home.
Go ahead.
But I say not the wife alone cooking it. Both of you all can go in that kitchen and pull down some YouTube recipes. You understand?
Yeah.
And do some nice roasted salmon, baked and grilled and some kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
And whether you believe in alcoholic or non-alcoholic wine, we're not here to discuss that, but that with a nice glass of wine home. Yeah. I don't take out that many time for plastic cup.
Yeah,
right
take
at
out,
home.
Take out the nice
take
things,
out take out the cutlery at home.
Yeah, correct.
Spread the table nicely.
Yeah.
Even if the candle you have home short, light the candle, make the table look real nice. In fact, even if you alone do it and you tell your wife, don't come in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Don't come in the kitchen. Yeah. When I call you, come and hear this now. Dress before you come down.
Right.
You're home, right? Nothing. You have so much pretty clothes now, you have nowhere to go. Put it on home.
Put it on, dress up nice.
As Study Boom saying, open the hutch, the wares in the hutch they so long. Open the hutch and take out the nice china. And
the hinge probably good. What's it out?
Yeah.
Don't save that for company. Bring out your best plates, your best utensils. Serve out your thing nice and dishes. And talk. You can imagine what a talk going on the table right now. Yeah. Like you want something now.
The talk will be different. The talk will be different.
Same thing. The wives can you have to understand. Listen, sex is the highest level of communication in marriage. Right. Without sex, and the scripture say, if a man join himself with a harlot, she will become one. That's all. Mm-hmm. It is sex that makes us one. If there's no sex, there's no consummation. If there's no sex in a marriage, there's a quarrel. Nobody could tell me that home full of quarrel. Full a quarrel. So we know sex is also a holy thing. So pray and beg if you had it, Lord, don't you give me more tonight, whatever. But the fact is, the more regular it happens, it is the more at peace and love that you feel in your home. Mm-hmm. That is a fact. And of course, one of the reasons why sometimes women they don't want to have sex is because if they feel as though they'll get pregnant, sometimes they're hesitant with that. Or sometimes if they feel that is the only time the man is watching. We spoke about that earlier on.
Yeah, correct.
But if you're watching her whole day and watching, as I say, if she feels tired, you're helping, and she realizes you are looking at her, then when you're looking at her later, she wouldn't mind because she know you were watching her from the time she woke up this morning.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think you could spice up this thing. Sex must not start. Sex might finish in the night, but it should start in the morning.
Yeah.
And I was just going to talk about that because that's one of the things that from your teachings that I remember all the time, that the prequel. I mean, you had a butters up the thing.
It's not brother. 5 minutes before.
Right?
What you doing?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, Gil, I reach him.
Butters up the thing. Pay her a compliment.
Yeah, and you're vexed. Oh gosh.
Pay her a compliment. Help her with what she have to do.
Yeah,
good?
yeah.
You had all these lyrics when you were trying to get her.
The energy.
Yeah.
Remember taking energy,
Yeah.
Yes.
So people asking, of course, for when you're coming back, Pastor. We have our show planned for next week already. So anytime after that, Pastor, we could organize and you could be back on the show. As long as you're willing to come back, of course.
Once you're available, of
Yes.
course. Right, but guys, we're definitely gonna have to come back. We've been on going on to 2 hours now.
I sure the people are mine, you know. But my wife mine. I need to go and help with the child.
Well, I trying to figure out what's going on with you.
Yeah, my wife mine.
I can't follow this on unstable internet tonight.
Yeah. I think it's the Wi-Fi connection. We need the internet next time, all right? So we might need to relocate or.
Yeah. I'll have to relocate a little closer to the router. It's a long internet, but it wouldn't reach up here so far.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So again, people are asking when you would be available next. We will post, of course. We will discuss and figure out what dates we could do. But Wednesday night, good night to everyone on behalf of Colette. You see earlier?
Well, we just hope it was a blessing tonight.
We do appreciate you being here, Pastor. We have lots more questions, and I sure people on the live have a lot of questions again. But all right, so we given earlier 5 minutes again or to call in. If you guys want to call and ask a question quickly, we would allow 5 minutes to get some calls in.
But before I forget, guys, everybody who's listening right now, I know that we would have only scratched the surface when it comes to a lot of the information that Dr. Mendoza has. Please go check out his Facebook page, Married to an Angel.
Yeah.
Where you could get books, you could find out, you could see videos
On YouTube also,
on
you can go on
YouTube,
YouTube.
on the YouTube page already. Just search for Married to an Angel. Married to an Angel.
You have sessions
This man is a wealth of knowledge.
Tuesday. Sessions every Tuesday posted online. So yeah, you guys can check that out for sure. People saying, yeah, this pastor is kicked. Somebody was saying, oh, they're gonna make me join this church. Revival Mission Laramie. Check us out on Facebook or Revival Mission TNT on Facebook. You can check the page out as well, right? It's a good church to join. This is the head of the church, Reverend Dr. Stephen Mendoza. Put some respect on the man's name. He is one of the most humble and most wise. He's very wise and one that is also able to break down some things that you might think very complex.
Very complicated, yeah.
To bring it down into something that children and all could understand, you know? So again,
plus we definitely need to plan for you to come back. And it was an
Sure.
honor.
I enjoyed being here tonight. Thanks so much, guys.
Yes, Pastor. We do appreciate you coming on. I almost forget. I have to sing happy birthday to a very good friend of mine. I would get Alex if I didn't sing. I would get a message for sure. But happy birthday. You know, there are some people, Pastor, that would support you. They even know you. And they are some of your biggest supporters. I have to give a very, very happy birthday to Miss Alicia Wilson. She has been a supporter from day one.
Alicia.
Big up yourself, Alicia. When we had the show, Pastor, when I had the show in Sapa, she was the first tickets. She bought 6 tickets. First, so you know.
I believe, is this Alicia from Palo Seco?
From Palo Seco? No.
FCFC?
No. Nah, wrong Alicia.
Okay.
So like Alicia's are good people?
I guess so.
Well, the Alicia, I know, I believe, and I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, Wilson too. She and her husband. She's not married, I don't know. She and her husband.
Nah.
Really to support ministry. And very nice people. So I guess Alicia is a good name.
I guess so. Yeah. We taking down that name.
It seems that way.
Take down that name. It's a good name. All right, but
so big up Alicia,
big up
man.
Alicia. Happy birthday to you.
Yes,
we wish.
Just go ahead and sing happy birthday, please, because I can't take no big stone.
We wish all God's blessing to you, Alicia. onto your business as well. We hope she's into delivering babies. That's her business.
She's a
midwife.
Delivering what, sorry?
Delivering babies.
Okay, she's a midwife.
Yes, she's a midwife, and she has.
I try to figure out because I know it have a whole title for that.
Well,
it have a whole job
I
spec.
apologize for not knowing the job spec proper name. I apologize. But we pray for prosperity in your business and long life and strength to you. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Delicia. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Alicia. You know what we had to teach kids to do? We had to teach kids how to start the song
right key,
in a
boy.
lower
Boy,
key.
I just start the key
Because,
all the way up
because
there.
you started so high up in the sky there. How you going to finish this song?
We're going to see he pulling the neck all over.
God, you had to ring it out now. Right? But happy birthday, Alicia.
Happy birthday to you.
From the OH Ramsey Show. We love
Love
you.
you plenty.
All the best in the years
Thanks
to
for
come.
all the support, and we appreciate the love. All right, guys. So we are gonna wrap up the show now. Thanks again to Pastor Dr. Stephen Mendoza for coming on and giving us all the wisdom and the tips how to not kill each other. So we really want to. Pastor Stephen Mendoza, one of the best. He did my marriage counseling 16 years ago. It was very informative. Both my husband and I learned a lot. Up to now, Rocky reminds me of things Pastor spoke about. This is Janelle Mahadeo.
Janelle
Yes.
Mahadeo.
Yes.
Yes.
She's a wonderful people.
Yes.
Wonderful people.
So we have testimony from a lot of people, Pastor, of your wisdom over the years and help that you've given to different marriages and just generally in life. I don't know if I would have been the same person I am today if not for your input. So thank you very much. We like to give flowers
100%.
when people could hear it. On this show, we like to give people the flowers while they're alive and while they're well.
100%.
We do love you a lot, Pastor. Thank you for the influence in our life. You know, as you know, the hot topic with this guy before was the single mothers, but we know that you took us under your wing as your sons, and we do appreciate the wisdom and the guidance over the years.
100%. 100%. I always boast about the things that I know. Like I have a problem understanding how men struggle with things like helping out in the home, showing love to your wife, and I have that problem because of coming up under your teaching.
Yeah.
You know?
I made a status on Facebook the other day. Sorry, Kieran. I made a status on Facebook the other day talking about me and Colette had a big argument, and it was about the remote. But the big argument, our big argument is quarreling about the TV remote. Who gonna watch what? And that is the big argument. I was like, yeah, this is one of the biggest arguments we had. And people was like, wait, they have it real nice if the biggest argument is about what you're watching on TV. Because we really don't argue. We really don't have this fight.
Again, but it comes back down to the steps
and
to put it into practice. Same pillars.
Yeah,
love
and we learn that under
and
you.
respect.
We learn that under you, and we appreciate that a lot, sir.
All right.
Amen. Really glad
Thank
to
you.
hear
Thank you
guys.
for you.
Make my
Thank you
heart-
for you.
You make my heart feel warm there. So I guess next time, communication is such a big topic. That will be a nice topic.
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
get
we can dig into that because communication, boy,
Yeah,
boy,
yeah,
And
oh
we
boy.
could probably have
Big like
your
all that.
wife with you next time, so to get the female perspective in.
Yep. And I can say same thing with you guys.
Yeah, we could
Yes.
we could do that
Yeah.
next time for sure. We could do that next time.
Yeah.
Come on, some pound second night, man.
I feel colored.
Checking
I
your
feel
face
colored
a bit.
paying Liam to sleep right now.
Come on,
Well, I
second
know
night.
where my
Mine's-
wife is now. I know you're about coaching out, Steve.
Yeah. I'm not dressed for this.
Gotta come here.
Where's my girl, Latoya?
I think she hearing ya.
How's my darling doing?
I'm good. I'm good. A bit
Wonderful.
tired, but good.
Yes. So the boy is sleeping or they only pretending they're sleeping?
Sleeping what?
No, they're very up. I just waiting for the life to be over to
They
go
are
deal with them.
awake.
I've been threatening them the entire time because they've been going at it.
How long now you threatening?
About an hour now.
Oh, it's working then.
Yeah, but I was trying just not to get them on the live because they're very loud.
The boisterous.
Okay.
I don't know where
Yeah,
they
so I
get.
had
I don't know
to
where they get
carry-
kind of behavior from. But
Okay, Latoya. I understand the answer already.
What are you doing? I pass.
Have a good night.
But Kieran, your camera go.
Alexander, what you also do?
oh yes,
Yeah.
it's a pleasure every single week to be here.
Taddy, I don't know if Taddy is commenting now. Beautiful wife boy demands GT. I don't know if you know Taddy. But Kieran is a man get through in the life. Pastor Stephen Mendoza.
It's not now. It's long time.
Also get through.
It's long time I
in
get
the
through too.
life.
It's-
And I myself am also a receiver of blessings
Of
and
get-throughness.
get-throughness. We thank God for our wives. We are the men we are today because of their
Amen.
influence in our life and the help that they have given to us to be the
You allow them to help
yes, for sure. I didn't used to save nothing in the past. I as a man used to spend out all my money, and I always tell people Colette is the one that came into my life and make me check myself. And
you. They brought order.
I remember once she tell me, Kes, if you are not at least able to manage your money, I don't think we can be together. And I had to take a step back and say, wait, boy, this girl, I want to take money from me. I start working petrol, I'm making money and I'm spending money and I get paid Thursday and the next Monday I asking my mother to drop me to
Asking
work.
for passage.
Yeah, you want money borrow. Yeah.
Yeah, and she said, I don't think we
That's a
can
real thing.
continue this relationship if you're not wise with your finances.
So past one of the things I think we have to get into the next time we chat as well is probably
Financial.
what to look for beforehand, because sometimes we don't ask the right
True.
questions before we get into a serious relationship with somebody.
Kieran, right now I am writing my this is my fourth book because I'm hoping to publish this year and next year. On premarital.
Great, yeah.
And same thing we're talking about what to look for, marriageability traits. And you better had look for certain things, one, and two, you also better had develop certain skills yourself.
Yeah.
Correct.
So you could imagine you and Colette coming in there, neither of you could manage money.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
If
that?
she didn't tell me that I needed to learn and we just went along with the relationship, both of us said no nothing.
As it was.
Yeah, it would have been chaos at some point.
So it means that one thing you're looking for thing in a person, but you must also become what you're looking for.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Gentlemen,
All right, guys.
allow me to have a good night.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
It's 10,
Good
it's
night.
10
I've been away
PM.
from my wife for too long.
It's 10
You
p.m.
go right ahead, sir. I don't know what is going with Kes. Kes just want to talk and talk and talk.
You find that why you say good night now?
But it is always a pleasure
Always a pleasure to have you
to
on.
chat with you. And
Amen. Kiana, so
we'll have
glad
you
to
on
see
we'll have you
tonight.
on very soon.
Amen.
All right,
So
boss,
God bless.
bless
So
you.
we'll chat again, and when we'll hook back up, tell your audience I said good night. Blessings.
Thank you so much,
Same to you,
Baz.
Amen. Bye-bye.
All right,
All
guys.
right, guys. So this has been the O Ramsey Show.
We do appreciate Pastor Stephen coming on tonight and blessing us with some wisdom. We're gonna have him on again. I want you guys to know. Oh gosh, just now, as he left the call, things shift. Just now, I'm gonna fix Kieran. Kieran head alone up. Kieran head alone there. Let me fix yeah. Right. Yeah, so what's that noise?
Guys, thank you very much for tuning in
Thank you so much.
to the O Ramsey. We'll be back next week.
What's
Same
going
time.
on with your audio, Kieran? Something just started. Something was echoing.
For much more.
Yeah.
You hear me clearly now?
I don't know why I'm doing that, but we'll figure it out for next week. Guys, thank you so much
Anyway,
for coming on.
Thanks again for coming.
Next
Everybody
week,
comment, share the
next week we have Trini cooking with Natasha,
live. Imagine the boss. Guess let me tell
the
you.
roti boss.
It's a fan. A big fan, right? Anyway, I will leave all the excitement,
Yeah.
right? 8 p.m. when
Trini Cooking with Natasha is on to probably give us some tips on cooking as we hope.
listen,
You know?
listen, I so excited.
We love you guys. Hope to see you next week on the O Ramsey Show. This has been O Ramsey. My name is Kes Ramsey.
My name is Christopher. See you guys next week.
O Ramsey!
Two rams are always better than one. Ram-packed with rambunctious laughter and vibes. Hit follow to join the rampage. The ramifications for missing this ramage will be severe.